For millennia, this minority has plagued our societies, running rampant through the streets with their outrageous emotions, raising our children, and vying for attention through hysteric madness. We call them women.
This was the attitude towards women throughout much of history, up until about the beginning of the 20th century. In fact, since ancient Egyptian civilization, women who behaved as violent or aggressive were called hysterical. In other words, when a man murdered someone, he was prosecuted as a criminal, but oftentimes, when a woman murdered someone, she was deemed hysterical and mentally unfit to operate as a member of society. Why do we bring this up? Good question. It all has to do with the insanity defense as it pertains to women. The insanity defense, according to Suresh Math, a professor of psychiatry and criminology at the National Institute for Mental Health, is a legal strategy utilized in court that the defendant is legally insane and can't be found guilty.
Today, 46 out of the 50 states in America permit the use of this defense in a courtroom. According to Aaron Peeskmease, it is in fact only used in around 0.26% of cases and is successful in less than a quarter of those. However, a study by psychologists Cirincione, Stedman, and McGreevy showed that in cases that used the insanity defense involving a male defendant, there was a 26.9% of him being found not guilty by reason of insanity, whereas for female defendants, this statistics was 38.5%, meaning women are 12% more likely to be deemed insane and thus not guilty.
So why are women so much more successful when using the insanity defense? And is it right that they're more likely to get a not guilty verdict?
Several studies across the world have reinforced the notion that the insanity defense is more successful when defending women. Staggeringly, a researcher called Jenny Yorstone found that women in Sweden are 1.5 times more likely to be deemed legally insane than their male counterparts. We pose the question of why this is. It is a problem with multiple facets. Women have historically been deemed more emotional than men, making irrational behavior seem more justified. In the U.S., only 31% of all state court judges are female, which leads to the idea of an inherent bias amongst male judges. Data by Cecilia Tosca shows that male judges may be more lenient with female defendants, especially if it involves infanticide. Though this flaw in our criminal justice system favors a minority population, it doesn't do anything to further women's rights to equality. In fact, it simply proliferates the notion that women are inherently more unstable and that insanity is expected.
Thus, their perpetuation of institutional factors, sexism, bias, and the negative feedback loop, all contribute to a higher success rate when insanity defense is argued for women defendants across the globe.